Alrighty, what's up everybody? It is I, your travel god of extreme, Peter Joseph, here for video number 2 on your Wednesday evening, getting close to Wednesday night, and it's Wednesday night. You know what that means. We got AEW Dynamite coming your way in about an hour or so from that shithole in Cleveland, Ohio. The city which pretty much swept the Mets today. Don't even get me started with that. One hit. One stick. I mean, really? We got one goddamn hit? Can't say goddamn on the radio. Wow, nobody's listening anyway. One hit, Mets. Juan Soto with a home run. The guy threw 8 1/3 innings of no-hit ball. Freaking the Guardians sweep the Mets out of New York. At least the Phillies lost today, so it wasn't that much worse for the Mets. Still 1.5 back going into their weekend series in Milwaukee, which means the good end. But the way they're going, they're probably gonna get swept there as the August swoon continues. I told you it was gonna happen, and the Yankees ain't doing any better. Third place Yankees. Bye. That's all I gotta say about that. But anyway, it is Wednesday night. You know what that means. Like I said, Dynamite coming up in about an hour. But we'll talk about that tomorrow. But we got that. Alright, but thanks for watching right here on the Peter Joseph YouTube Wrestling channel. YouTube.com/Peter Joseph. Make sure you like the video, hit that subscribe button in my pants down below in the description box. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media. Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Don't forget to hit that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss the next one. Because if you miss anything, you need to get slapped in the face because you're pretty much SOL. You know what that means. And if you don't, look it up. And leave a comment on this video or any one of my past, present, or future videos coming in. But only stupid comments because you'll get sent back to that shadow realm. And Satan and Ozzy will eat your soul. So please, do that on your dead channel that nobody gives two flying fucks about. And that's pretty much it. And if you're brand new here for the very first time, well, welcome to the party, pal. Sit back, relax. You grab that cold one. Put your feet up and enjoy the show. You like it? Great. You don't? Go fuck yourself. Go there. Go fuck yourself. And that's that. Alright. Moving on. Alright. I want to try to get at least 2 more, after this video, I want to get 1 more video before we get to AEW. And then maybe after AEW, 1 more video. So maybe, just maybe if you're good, a fatal 4-way of videos coming your way tonight on my respective channels. I got 1 more coming, I got 1 coming on, I got 2 more videos to come, most likely. That's my, Raw review and my late TNA Ring of Honor review. I'm not doing Collision because it's like an hour before Dynamite. You think I'm going to talk about Collision going into Dynamite? No. But it was a good show. But, still. It is what it is. But right now, everything I'm saying right now is happening right now. What happened to then? You missed it. Bucker. And that's pretty much it. But right now, on this Wednesday evening, August the 6th, 2025, hope everybody had a great day. And if not, well, fuck you, man. That's that. Wasn't that bad today? Cloudy, overcast, bleh. And if you're a Met fan, you wanna leave? Shit. Just it is what it is, guys. But we got preseason football on Saturday. If you're a giant Jet fan, Jets got the Packers with the Pack Queers. When no longer with Rodgers. It just got double-checked. He went to Pittsburgh. See how here he does there. So you got them. The Giants are in Buffalo. New York, Gene at 1 p.m. That's going to be on NBC. Jets are on Channel 55 here in New York. If you have that, but if not, fuck you. The Niners are in action. I forget who they play. But if you have the Niners app, you can watch that. If not, good luck finding it. But that's that. So week 1 of the preseason starts on Saturday. We'll see what happens with that. But we're pretty much a month away from the regular season on a Sunday. We're pretty much 4 weeks. I think we're about 3, 4. I think 3 weeks away from the start of the actual starting season, September the 4th, where the pedophile Super Bowl champion Eagles defend their title as they start the 2025-26 season in Dallas to face them Cowboys. And, Dax, Trey, I don't know who's starting. But they don't have Micah Parsons anymore because he's in New York now. Ha ha! That Jet defense looks great. Not as great as the Niners, but, I'm just saying. And, Matthew Stafford's got a little bitty back injury. St. Louis Lamb fans, you're in trouble if you got Jimmy G leading your team going into the season, week 1. So, we'll see what happens, but that NFC West is going to be very competitive, like the East will be. Except for the Giants, because they suck. And the Cowboys, they suck too, but, we'll see. The Giants might surprise people with Russell Wilson at the helm now, and, Jameis Winston as the backup. And then, I think they still have Tony DeVito as the emergency backup. So, it couldn't get any worse, Giant fans. I know my good buddy Vic DiBiasetto's all ready for the season. Right, Vic? Another season of torture. It's hard to be a New York fan. It is very hard to be a New York sports fan. Being a Giant fan, being a Jet fan, the horrible Knicks, even though they in the playoffs, the Yankees, the Mets, the Rangers. Well, the only thing you got as a champion was the New York Liberty. Well, they're starting their season I think they're almost done. We're getting close to pretty done, I don't know. But, they got Cyclones here in Brooklyn. First half champs, second half, not so good. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs, but, we'll see. I don't know how that works. If you win the first half, you get in the playoffs for the second half. I don't know how that works, but we'll see what happens with all that, with the Cyclones. Coming up on, 3 weeks to the end of their season. And who cares what the Yankees are doing? Their minor league team could suck a dick before I care with them. But, New York sports is great, but it gives you, angina every fucking year. Otaku, you know that, right? In Baltimore, with your shit teams. I'm just saying, can't even... Yeah, you got one win on Philly. Great! You helped us, but we couldn't even help ourselves because we got swept. We'll see what Texas does this weekend against the Filthies, and the Mets got Milwaukee, like I said. Mets on a 6-game losing streak, and it looks like it's going to be the longest losing streak of the year. Going into the weekend, they lose 9 in a row. Forget it. You could probably kiss the wild card goodbye, even though they're up by 3 games over the Cincinnati Reds. But that lead is dwindling fast. I know we got 6 weeks left. Come on! Even if we limp into the playoffs to get the 5 or 6 seed, I'd like to get the 4 seed, but that's like a pipe dream. I think Chicago has that, or Milwaukee not Milwaukee. Chicago has the 4th seed because Milwaukee's like annihilating the National League. They have the best record, which is strange. You would think it'd be Ohtani and the Dodgers, but And Ohtani got his 1,000 hit. Whoop-de-doo! Oh, and Judgy Wudgy's back from his sabbatical. He got more industrial strength steroids to shoot in his ass. Not that it's gonna help the Yankees. Yeah, I love it when the Yankees are crap. I just love it when the Yankees are playing like crap. And even if the Mets are playing like crap, the Yankees are playing worse than the Mets. It makes me happy. It just does. It just does. All right, moving on. Enough about baseball and football and all that shit. All right, let's get to an actual real sport, and that's the world of professional wrestling. So it is time on your Wednesday evening for your late and out-of-date NXT review for last night's show, not even April anymore, August the 5th, 2025. We are still at home base in the Capitol Wrestling Center in Orlando, Florida. All right, we're setting up for 2 weeks from yesterday. Big show in Philadelphia with a filthy display. Home of the great cheesesteaks from Pat's, not Geno's, Pat's. You want to go to Philly and eat a good cheesesteak? Do not go to Geno's. You want to go to Geno's? Go ahead, but I'd rather go to Pat's. Just saying. That's the only place I actually would go besides a museum. Anywhere else in Philly that's not the ECW arena and the museum and, you know, where the Rocky statue is. Anywhere else, I don't give a fuck. Lincoln Financial Field, where the pedophile Eagles play, do not want to go there. I'd rather piss on it. The Spectrum, or wherever the 76ers and the Flyers play, don't give a shit. That's it. I don't care about any other place in Philly besides Pat's, the museum, and the ECW arena, and where my cousin is. It's in the well past the suburbs of Philly, but it is what it is. But I digress on that. Moving along! But yeah, so NXT in Philly on August the 19th, which is right before basically it's the go-home show before Heatwave. So we're setting up for that. Got a big match, a couple of big matches for that show, and a couple of matches were made for Heatwave. Coming up August the 24th, which is right after Forbidden Door in England, starting at, I think, 2 or 3 p.m. on your local streaming channel or whatever, you know. It is what it is. Speaking of that, check out my big, huge, humongous rant about the WWE ESPN deal. I think it's ridiculous to pay $30 fucking bucks a month. Starting in January, when the Royal Rumble hits, that's when we're gonna watch. WWE's gonna be on ESPN. That streaming platform is gonna be debuting, launching August the 21st, so like 2 weeks away. 2 weeks from tomorrow. So all that ESPN content, and then the WWE is gonna be on there next year with, you know, Mania and SummerSlam and all the pay-per-views of next year. For the next 5 fucking years. With the Disney Plus ESPN WWE deal. I think it's ridiculously dumb. Who is going to pay $30 a month to watch a WWE pay-per-view? Or whatever else? I think it's dumb. Either you pay $30 a month, and if you watch everything for all 2026, you're paying $300 and something dollars. That's crazy. But check out my rant. Link is down below in the gobbledygook. So check it out. Give it a thumbs up and you know, go write some letters to ESPN telling them how stupid they are. And then even more, go write Hunter and Nick Khan a letter telling them how stupid they are too. I think it's ridiculous to do that. $30 a month. I don't pay a lot for my muffler when I watch, you know, I don't even pay for any, you know, when I watch the only thing I actually pay for is Netflix. When I watch Monday Night Raw, and I get that for $6.99 a month. You know, AEW I get with the Rich Man's Cable. Ring of Honor I get for free because I'm a Mr. VIP. And New Japan get for free. Because, you know, Mr. Obari hooked me up. In more ways than one, right, Mr. Obari-san? Hi, Mr. Obari-san. He gave me good stuff. I'm gonna just say that. Oh, Mr. Joseph-san, anytime you come to Japan, we got the ladies lined up for you at the Hanamano. I'm like, thank you. Man, I gotta get to Japan quick. Forget you know who. I'm going to Japan. Never coming back. No, I'm kidding. I will come back. I'll take her with me. Just leave her at the hotel. Moving on. Alright, so let's get to NXT. Alright, NXT, I think it was a pretty decent show. 740,000 views last night in the in the great ratings that they get. Not great, but, still. Alright, we had some few TNA stars on the show. We had Say His Name and He Appears. I come out of a refrigerator, Joe Hendry. Oh yeah, we had him. We had Moose. Well, we'll talk about Moose in a little bit. And Trick Willie, the TNA champion, and JC Jane, the Knockouts champion. We'll talk about those great people in a little bit, as next week, next Friday, is TNA Emergence. Not Emergency, but Emergence. We'll get that. Alright, so as always, on Tuesday nights, our commentary team of Vic Joseph, the man with a lot of Starburst candy, Corey Slaves, and our good buddy, the man who smokes more fucking weed than you do, and that's, oh yeah, man, oh yeah, Booker T, sucker! Oh yeah. Okay. She's not here. Yeah. Okay. Alright. So, speaking of, Booker T the simp, he's getting ready for our first match of the night. Blake Monroe, otherwise known as the beautiful Mariah May. Lovely. She takes on another lovely lady. That's Kaylani Jordan. So, we don't even have, like, segments or anything. We go right to the action, because a little less talk and a lot more action here on BCR. I mean, on the NXT review. That's my former ex-girlfriend, Ashley Reed, would say. A little less talk and a lot more action. Yes, she did copyright that. She trademarked it, too, basically. And I don't even have to get copyrighted for it. She owns the fucking thing. Well, both of us own it. So I can say it anytime I want. You can't say it, because you get copyright. So anyway, moving on. Alright, so Blake Monroe and Kaylani Jordan, 5-minute match, and it ends in a count-out? I mean, it was pretty good, and then Jordan Grace, Big Mama Pump, holla, if you hear her. She comes out with her neck brace, thanks to Blake Monroe, I think about a week or so ago. I forgot when Jordan got hurt. But anyway, so Jordan Grace comes out in her neck brace, chases Blake out of the arena into the pouring rain, into a waiting car, and the car sped off, and you see all the rain is like, it felt like a freaking monsoon of rain. And the car's like, yeah! I'm like, shit! Calm down, there's fucking rain. That car could have just went out of control. I mean, you have to be a skilled driver to drive that shit. Holy crap. I got nervous. The car is like speeding off in a freaking rainstorm. That car stopped, like, hydroplanes, forget it. If that car hydroplaned, I don't know how that severe that would have been. But thankfully nothing happened to Blake Monroe. That would have been really bad. But anyway. Alright, so Kaylani wins by count out. What are you gonna do? 5 minutes of boredom right there. Alright, moving on. Alright, then Mr. Chase, Andre Chase of Chase U. He gives a pep talk to Kale Dixon and Araya Connors before their tag team title match against Hank and Spank. Then they're like, oh, Mr. Chase, do you think we have a chance to win? And Mr. Chase is like, I don't know. Bell rang, I don't know. And then Kale's like, so you're saying there's a chance? Yeah, nice Cable Guy reference. Oh, Billy! Anyway, so we get to the match. 3.5 minute garbage fest. I hated this match. I was like, why? Alright, Hank and Spank get the win with the Abyss Black Hole Slam. Then the Power Slam Neckbreaker combo. 1, 2, 3. Hank and Spank get the win and retain the belts. Then the lights go out. Sabu! No, not you! No, Terry! Not you, Terry! Not you, Terry! You! Sabu! You stay there! Yeah, please, get him. Get over here, brother! Wait, Hulk, sir, no fighting. No fighting, guys. No fighting. Get over here, Sabu, you son of a... Oh. Terry. Funk. Mr. Funkmaster, you know. Terry, calm down, please. I don't know why he's here. I was the hardcore legend in Japan. Japan. #1. Forever. And you better remember that, Sabu. Wait, calm down. I was a legend too in Japan. Yes, Mike, we know. I put that guy. Can we say his name? No, we can't say his name. We're legally binded not to say his name. Mike? Fuck! I hate that guy anyway! It's good that we don't talk about him! Yeah, it's good we don't talk about Talker! What did you say? I'm sorry, I had a cold. Well, you gotta get that fixed. Okay. He hates that guy. That guy with that rhymes with, Banaka? You know who he is. Mike knows who he is. He just doesn't want to talk about him too much. Don't say his name! Okay. Calm down. Say goodbye. Bye! Okay. Sorry. Alright, so Hankus men get the win. Then the lights go out. Dark State comes out. Beats the fuck out of both teams. And then later on, Ava Rain basically tells screaming Hank and Spank, like, oh, we want Dark State! So, they're gonna get 2 members of Dark State at Heatwave for the tag team belts. I hope Dark State wins. As much as I hate them right now, they're just a bunch of, a wannabe aces and eights. Kind of wannabe Nexus, if you think about it, even though there are more people in Nexus, but stuff. Or the Core. Remember the Core? Ugh! The remnants of the Nexus, which was just a bad faction. Bad. And the theme song was horrible, too. Just saying. Sometimes a faction works, and sometimes no. But we move on with that. Alright, so we'll see if Hank and Spank can, beat whoever from Dark State. And we get that. Alright, moving on. Alright, then it's time to get to ladies. Fatal Influence comes into the shot. So we got the TNA Knockouts Champion and the NXT Women's Champion, Jacy Jayne, looking amazingly hot, along with Fallon, don't call her the Dawn Henley, looking even more hot, and even more hotter than them, my girl Jasmine Nix. Love her. Alright, they come in. They're glad to have gotten rid of some of the competition they've had lately. And then the personal concierge, that's his actual name, is very George the Iceman. Get on the ball, please. His name is George the Iceman, not the teenage personal concierge. His real name is George. George! Alright, so he comes in and says, Ash, by evidence, although it's Dana Brooke, still has her Knockouts title match on Thursday night. Well, tomorrow night. You think she's gonna win? I hope. As much as I hate Dana Brooke, the woman who bakes great cookies and catering back in the day, hey, she could be TNA Knockouts champion by tomorrow. I don't think so, but I mean, think about it. Dana Brooke was a former 24/7 hardcore champion. Not even hardcore, 24/7 champion. Alright, so JC isn't convinced, tells Lainey Reed, where does she come from, to polish her titles. But then really, Jasmine does it. So what the fuck was the point of having Lainey Reed there? Just to look good? I don't know. Alright, move on. Alright, after that, we have Baby Orton. Miles, don't call him Ozzy Osbourne, you great man, Ozzy. Oh, you're down there, sorry. No, you're up there. I'm sorry. Where are you? Over here, man. Okay, thank you. Ozzy, how you doing up there, man? Oh, I love it here, man. This place is great, man. I see you, Landy, and Dimebag, and Ronnie, and my good buddy. My good buddy. You know who you are, Lemmy. Lemmy, how you having fun with Ozzy? Singing Hellraiser up there. Hellraiser! Okay. Ace of Spades got a wart in my face. Alright. Jailbait. Okay, let me calm down. Real good with your cookout. Alright. Me and Lemmy are basically great people. I just say that. We have the same fucking birthday, which is amazing. And no one else's birthday is the same day as mine? Jesus Christ the Lord! And that other guy named Seacrest, where we don't care about him. Seacrest, out! Yeah, get out! You fucker! Get out of here. That's why I keep saying December is the greatest month in the world with the greatest people that celebrate birthdays. Mine, Ozzy, Lemmy, Maria Brink, and Chris Howarth from the mighty Indus Moment, who I'll see next weekend. Can't wait for that. That's why I won't be around next week. Pretty much after next Thursday, I will not be on YouTube for like 2.5 days. Yay!
Will you still be in our comment section?
Maybe, maybe not, because the concert's a Saturday night. Friday I'll be like at the playing the slots or doing something. Maybe on the beach. Who knows? I don't know what I'm going to be doing next Friday afternoon, Friday night. Friday night, I know what I'm going to be doing. Boogie! You know, me and the missus gonna boogie till we can't boogie no more. And then play the slots, have a good meal. And then Saturday, we're not doing shit. We're gonna have a continental breakfast, free. Then we might go grab a little bite to eat. And then hang out within this moment. The entire day. Pretty much like in the afternoon, we're going to sound check. Oh, sweet shit. I can't wait, man. Are you going? No! Do you get VIP status? No! Do you go backstage for sound check? No! I do! I don't even have to prove it. And it's pretty much the end of their Hell Hath No Fury tour. They're going to be taking a couple of weeks off after that to start the Black Mass tour, which is all through September. And I think early October. I have to check that. I think it's just all September. I don't know when the new album comes out. Tentatively titled ITM 9. But Heretic's out right now. It's amazing with Kim Dracula on the track. Ugh! Sounds like Satan talking to us. I'm like, sure. I am not the one who will save you! Pretty much. Alright, we get that. Let's get back. Alright, blah, 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 blah. Alright, Miles Holcomb, Ozzy Osbourne, and Tavion Heights, the 3 members of Catchpoint 3.1, hey, they catch up and talk, and they seem cool with each other, and, Tavion gives Miles a pep talk. He's like, good luck in your match with Lexus King. And then Miles like, oh, good luck in your whatever you're gonna do. Okay, we got that. Alright, then the Cuckling. That's Sean Spears, Nico, and Boogie Hogan 2.0. That's Izzy Dame. They give the creepy girl, Tatum Paxley, a pep talk before her main... I don't know how she got a main event match. Main event match for the Women's North American title against the resident surfer girl, Sol Ruka. She gonna win? Oh, maybe. We got that. Alright, then we got an Instagram video from another creepy girl. The woman who smokes almost as much weed than Booker T. I rhymed. Thea Hale is very, very excited about facing Nia Jax. She's drinking a lot of coffee. I wonder... I drank so much coffee from Starbucks. Yeah, that caffeine will do a lot, you know. I drink a lot of caffeine too with the fucking soda I drink. But it keeps me up at night. You know what else keeps me up at night? You know who. Alright, so that was a weird segment. I was like, well, okay. You creepy bastard. Alright, then we get the Miles, so-called Ozzy Osbourne and Lexus King. Nobody cared. 9.5 minutes? Why 9.5? But anyway, Lexus stomps on Miles' ear on the ring steps. Ow! If he wasn't deaf before, now he's deaf. Oh shit. Then a knee to the ear. Make it even worse for him. Gets a near fall. But Miles fights up with some suplexes and his own knee to the head. Then he hits the Born Again, which is the zigzag, basically. Oh, Dolph Ziggler might have something to say about that. Nick Nemeth, you better call WWE, tell him to stop stealing your moves. But he parks the hell out of Isa's car! Ryan, you know about that, right? He still can't get over me saying that in his comment section on his Instagram video. Your brother parks better than you! No wonder you fear Marcos. I'm kidding. I love you guys. Anyway, moving on. Get those belts back, please. As much as I love the Hardys, I think the Nemeth brothers are a pretty damn good brothers tag team. Not great, but good. Alright. So, Miles gets the win in 9.5 minutes. Big goddamn whoop. Alright, then we get a promo from Dark State. That's Cutler, Saquon Sugar, Dion Lennox, and I don't know what I call it. Osiris Griffin. They basically it's Dion Lennox talking the entire fucking promo. Basically, they say they jumped Hank and Tank a few weeks ago, and now they want the tag belts, so they're gonna get them on Heatwave. Which members? I don't know. Do we get the Freebird rule with that? No, I don't think so, because it's Freebirds with 3 people, not 4. It is what it is. Alright, then we get the Dia Hale and Nia. Woo! Jax. Hey, Dia Hale put up a good fight, but lost, as she got squashed. Squashed in the corner with the Annihilator. Nia, woo! Jax wins in 9.5 minutes. And then after the match, Kelly Kincaid comes in, and Nia mocks Legend, who comes out, and they have a big humongous cat fight! Throughout the entire show, all of the security comes out, they break it up, they go to the back, they continue to fight right in front of Sol Ruker and Delta. They're fighting right in front of, who are they fighting in front of, who's doing a promo? Shoot. I forget who it was. I think it was Javon. They're fighting in front of Javon or somebody. They fight all the way to the back area, and Ava's like, alright, you girls want to fight, you're gonna fight next week. I thought it was gonna be in Philly, but it's next week. Alright, we got that. Alright, move on. Alright, and speaking of Ava, she gives Jordan Grace a match, like I said, with Blake Monroe at Heatwave. Is Blake gonna win? I don't know. Alright, then we get the NXT World Heavyweight Champion, Oba! Femi. He comes out and he says, I've held the title for 201, as of this video, 201 days, and it's time to find another challenger. So who's this next challenger gonna be? Well, we hear the music go, whoop, that trick, what? Whoop, that trick, oh yeah, man! You know, Booker T going nuts. Trick Witty! Shamon, he comes out and says, I am the face of not 1, but 2 brands. But then Oba brings up the fact that Trick can't beat him, and he never will beat him. That's true. So Trick says, I'm a new man, I'm ready to fight you. But then Bouncy comes out, Javon Evans, and then he says, Trick, I ain't gonna lie, you're ass goofy as hell. No, he says, you're ass goofy as hell. I mean, that doesn't sound right. Okay, bug. Maybe it's the teeth. I don't know. Maybe it's the teeth all messed up again. There, Javon. I don't know. So he wants a title shot. I'm like, oh, we're gonna do this again like we did months ago with that triple threat match. I mean, come on. No, please. And he's like, I want Oba because you can't defend. You can barely defend the TNA title. And then Oba's like, you know what? That's a great idea. How about you face you for the TNA title? The winner faces me. Why not? So that match is going to be in 2 weeks in Philly. Javon versus Trick. I think to face Oba. It's not for the TNA title, which it should be, but then Moose, he comes out and says, "Hey, Trick, don't forget, at Emergence, in 10 days, you're going to be facing me, and I'm going to get my title back." And then Darkstate comes out again, but basically, those four men beat the living shit out of Darkstate, and then later on, Ava Rain makes an 8-man tag team match for next week. Joy! Alright, we get that. Alright, then we have Oniona Grace, the former TNA the NXT ambassador. She's checking up on her boy toy, her actual real-life boyfriend, and that's Stax Mahomes. But then we see Nia and Lash beat each other up in front of them. We get that. Maddie Winkowski, my girl Maddie Winkowski, talks to Mr. Regal's son Charlie Dempsey. They want to spend some quality time together. Yeah, I bet. Maddie, calm down. Should be with me, not a guy that looks like Roger Daltrey from The Who. I'm saying. So anyway, Maddie does say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. And Maddie looked good in that blue shirt. So Joe Hendry pops out of the fucking refrigerator. That was funny. It must have been cold there. So he gives Charlie a blue shirt, black pants, and then Charlie's like, "I don't need this shit." And Charlie says that Joe is always viral, which comes from virus. Okay. And then Maddie's like, "He's not a doctor, he just watches a lot of Grey's Anatomy." And then we get a match next week. Great! And then Maddie gets like, "I'm gonna take a selfie with Joe Hendry." Alright, it's a little bit funny, but so. The only good part of the fucking segment was Maddie Winkowski in that godforsaken tight shirt. We move on. Alright, then we get to the legend, Yoshiki Inamura, taking on Stax Mahomes' non-title match. I forgot Stax still has the Heritage Cup, but he doesn't bring it out with him. What's up with that? Anyway, Ariana Grace comes out and slaps Inamura right in the face in front of the referee. I'm surprised there's no DQ there. Referee! I knocked over my pad. Referee, do something! And that's what happened. Anyway, so then Josh Briggs comes in from behind, knocks Inamura right in the face with a big old boot, which allows Stax Mahomes to get the pin in 3 minutes. Did I say 3 minutes? Alright, so we got that. Alright, then it's time for the Canadian National Champion, Ego, Ethan Page. Alright, he comes out, proud of retaining the belt over Santino Marella, you son I got last week when his stupid sock. Then we hear about great Canadians like Bret the Hitman Hart, Wayne Gretzky, Mike Myers, Bright Adams, Lance Morissette. Unlike certain Canadians, Bieber, Celine Dion, who should be freaking extradited to fucking Antarctica. Same. And people say Nickelback, but Nickelback's great. You don't like Nickelback? Fuck you! I like Nickelback, you don't like it? Tough shit. Alright, so anyway, he says, I'm a great Canadian, and I'm at the top of the list of those great Canadians. Then he's about to sing, Oh, Canada, we have a bunch of wildfires we can't contain. 500 miles of fucking wildfire. How can you not fucking contain that? 5% contained? What is fucking going on up there? Oh, we got free healthcare. Yeah, you got free healthcare, but you can't contain a fucking forest fire. No wonder fucking air quality in New York and Massachusetts and Jersey and everywhere else in the Northeast is so fucked up. Wasn't that all the stuff in Saskatoon? Yeah, basically in Saskatoon and Manitoba. and getting close to, you know, Toronto, Ontario, Canada, and Quebec. 500 miles of fucking wildfire that can't contain. I mean, who runs that shit up there? See, if that happened, I know there's a lot of wildfires in the United States, but nothing like that. I mean, we call the National Guard, we call everybody and their mother from the fire departments, the freaking planes that drop in like tons of water on these wildfires. And they're pretty much contained in a couple of days, so not that long. They're not going on for like 6 fucking months. I mean, come on! What a fucking Canada is such a fucking hellhole, except for a couple of cities. Edmonton, not so much Edmonton. Calgary, Alberta, Canada. Toronto, a great city. Ottawa, you know, the Senators suck. Vancouver can suck a dick, you know why. What the fuck is a Canuck? That's a Rangers reference, by the way. Not that I ever want. If I ever in my lifetime go to Vancouver, I'm wearing a Rangers jersey every day. Just reminding them of 1994 when they had a 3-2 lead against the Rangers in that Stanley Cup series, and what happened? The Rangers won. And if it wasn't for Manto, the Rangers would have never won that cup. They never went to the cup, I should say. And I was there for that game. And I was there for Game 7 of the Stanley Cup playoffs when the Rangers won in 94. And I was there for the Stanley Cup playoffs in 2015. 14. And I was there pretty much, I think it was like a year or so ago when the Rangers had a great run to the Eastern Conference Finals, but then they lost to Florida. They just got blitzed. Oy. But two-time NHL Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Wait, now they go a dynasty now. Not that the Rangers got anybody this year. Except the new coach. That's the only guy. All they got is a new coach, and, you know, Kreider go bye-bye. Rangers look, I don't know, man. I'll still root for them, but I don't know if they're going to be any good this year. Not like they were in 2014. They just basically laid up 3 games they lost in overtime that they could have won. They could have won the Stanley Cup in 2014 if they didn't in overtime. What are you going to do? Alright. So anyway, Tavion Heist comes out to interrupt him. It says, I'm free of the no-quarter catch crew. And basically, Ethan Page says, Tavion, you need to learn your place. And then, Chelsea Green! Another great Canadian. From Toronto, basically. So she comes out with a secret harvest, Dewdrop, Piper Nevin, and Abba Fire. She's all proud to be a fellow Canadian, saying Ethan Page once fought a moose, and the moose apologized. Was his name Bullwinkle? No. Hey, Bullwinkle, J-Moose. How you doing, Lucky?
Bullwinkle!
Oh, fucking moose! Pesky squirrel! Buzz in the tire! Alright, we got that. Alright, so we got a match, I think, next week with Ethan Page and Tavion out of that. And then Tavion, they was about to hit Ethan Page, and then Chelsea stepped in. It's like, and then Chelsea's like, you wouldn't hit a person from Canada, will you? You wouldn't hit a girl. And Tavion's like, you know what? I wouldn't. Boing! Sucker punch to Ethan Page. Okay. Then Tavion's like, it's like, I'm gonna go find a woman to kick your ass, Chelsea. I wonder who that could be. Maddie Winkowski, I bet. I'm like, why Maddie? It should be somebody. I'm not saying bad things about you, Maddie, but you know, even though I know you can run laps around Chelsea Green, but just saying. Let me get that. Alright, then we go to the ladies' locker room. Dura faces, cállate la boca. Oi. She consoles Kaylani Jordan. Didn't they used to be not friends? Anyway, She consoled Kaylani, and Kaylani's like, a win is a win. And then Fatal Influence comes in, they mock them, and then Jasmine says, hey, I got a tag team match for you girls next week. Jason's like, fuck! So Jason and Fallon take on Lola Vice and Kaylani Jordan next week. Okay. We'll go with that. Alright, then, like I said, Ava makes the match for next week between Nia, Jackson, Lex Legend. Next week. Yeah, so basically they did the same thing that Rusev and Sheamus did on Raw this week. They were fighting. There's going to be another match between them. Their fourth match was, Sheamus and Rusev were so great at SummerSlam. I mean, the 3 matches I've had have been bangers. So, I guess they're going 7, huh? Oh, God forbid it ends in a draw. It's like Sheamus and Cesaro. How bad was that? Oh, great, but why does it end in a freaking draw? And Mick, you remember that? Why? I thought it was very stupid to end in a draw. I mean, come on. I'm like, exactly, Mick. A 7 match series ends in a draw. We can't go 8. What the fuck? So now we're going for a 4th match. It's either going to be a best of 5 or most likely a best of 7. And God forbid if it ends in a draw. God forbid. Come on now. Right, moving on. Alright, then we're going to sit down interview with Ricky Starks. He says, I worked hard to get here, but I have a big target on my back due to people being jealous of me, like Ethan Page, the pastor, Jasper Troy. They're all coming for him, and now he wants to be the NXT champion. And he says, in Philly, we're going to run it back with Jasper Troy. So, Jasper versus Ricky 2, Electric Boogaloo in Philadelphia. Alright, we get that. Then we get to the main event. NXT Women's North American title match. Tatum Paxley with the coupling at ringside. Taking on the resident surfer girl, Sororuka, with her bestie, Delta, to form Del Ruka. She's at ringside. Didn't really get involved much. And then Lash Legend and Nia come out near the end. They start fighting, and Del's like, what the fuck going on? And then we see Izzy Dame bring out Tatum's doll. And then I think Sean Spears wanted to give it to Tatum to use to win the title. When then Izzy takes it back, like, I think she got really jealous. But then all that chaos that the Sororuka hitting, they Soul Snatcher. 1, 2, 3, and still your reigning defending Women's North American Champion, and still the Speed Champion. Speed is still a thing now? I thought it ended. Yeah, she's still the Speed Champion. Go figure that one out. So anyway, Sororuka's still the Women's North American Champion in under 12 minutes. Decent match. Just horrible ending. So we got that. So next week we got Lash and Nia, the 8-person tag. A whole lot more next week in Orlando, and then we're going to Philly before we go to where Heatwave is. I don't even know where Heatwave is. I think it's where is Heatwave? I don't even know. Probably back in Orlando. I don't know where it is. Who cares? All right, and after Heatwave, I think we're going. I don't know what we're going into next for NXT purposes. I think we're maybe going all the way to Halloween Havoc. But that's late October. Look at that. Also, I forgot. I messed up, and I apologize. I thought Death Before Dishonor was in October, but it's August the 29th. Brain fart. I'm sorry. So that's Clash in Paris weekend. So SmackDown will be in Paris. That will be taped, and that will be beginning at 3 p.m. 3 p.m. East, I think 2 or 3 p.m. Eastern time on the 29th, so after we can watch that, we don't have to watch anything Friday night except for Death Before Dishonor, if you want to watch that. I'm going to. And then Saturday, we have Collision, we have a live Collision, and then Sunday morning, Sunday afternoon, the 31st, we're going to Paris. I think that's a 2 p.m. 2 p.m. start for that. Because that's a 7 o'clock show there. So, 2 p.m., August the 31st, Labor Day weekend, ladies and gentlemen. The unofficial end of summer. We got Sunday afternoon wrestling at 2 p.m. And then, if you want to watch Aniversario for Triple A on the 31st, you watch that too. So get that. Alright, moving on. Alright, that's it for NXT. I was going to get my Raw review up before Dynamite, but Dynamite's coming up in 10 minutes. So, after Dynamite, I'll do my Raw review, then my Dynamite review, the end of the night, and then early tomorrow afternoon before I go to, I have another doctor appointment to go to. So, before I go to the doctor tomorrow, and I do have work too, but I would do TNA Ring of Honor from last week to get you ready for this week. So, you get a preview of, get a review of last week and a preview of tomorrow night's shows. So, we got Athena and Billy Starks in action tomorrow on Ring of Honor. And we'll see what happens on TNA Impact Wrestling with JC Jane and Ash by Elegance for the TNA Knockouts title. Right? A week before Emergence. So, it's the pre-ultimate to ultimate go-home show for TNA. Not so much Ring of Honor yet. Ring of Honor's ultimate go-home show is the 28th before Death Before Dishonor. So, we got that. So, we got time. We got 3 weeks before Death Before Dishonor. And then, that's pretty much it. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. NXT was alright. Not great, but still. 6.5 out of 10 stars, and that's pretty much it. Alright, getting ready for Dynamite. Should be a quick show from Cleveland, Ohio. Is for losers. If you go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Shame, please, for the love of God, piss on it. Because it's a piece of shit fucking museum. Not for the, because it has, why does it have people that are not involved in rock and roll? It should really be called the Rock and Roll Rap R&B Hall of Fame. And then they don't put in people that should be in the Hall of Fame, like Iron Maiden. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. Check out my rant about the ESPN WWE deal. And, that's pretty much it. Alright, thanks for watching, and until next time, if you're not down with that, well, me, A Prophecy, Lemmy, Ozzy, and everybody else that is way better than you, and you know it, we all got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. And that's it. And until next time, go fuck yourselves. Peace.